Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Coach's Corner, live here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, your Legacy Federal Credit Union, drawn to the Surface Tattoo and Piercing Studio, as well as Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. I'm Nate Mullins, joined tonight by my co-host, Connor Roush.
Hello.
How we doing?
Good.
And we have special guest joining us this week, Hopewell-Loudon head football coach, Brian Colatruglio. How we doing, Coach?
I'm great.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Well, great weather for an outside show, but there's some construction going on, so we are inside tonight, and we had to make some adjustments on the fly, so I got to give Greg Kinn some credit for running back to the studio, grabbing a few things for us, because I was prepared for an outside show, and we brought it inside, but the wizard is always ready. All right, so, Coach, let's talk some football.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk last week, but first, let's go back to the offseason a little bit. You got quite a few players that you had to fill the shoes of this year. You guys had a 12-1 season last year. Just a huge season all the way up until the last game. You were undefeated. Now, you lost a strong senior class. How have you managed to maintain some of the momentum this season?
We did. We had a real good group of seniors last year in some real key spots. But there was only 6 seniors, so we really do have a lot of guys that have played varsity football, and we have several 3-year starters. Our senior class has got some guys that have been playing for a long time, and we knew we'd have to lean on some of that veteran leadership here early in the season, and so far that's what we've done. But that's the beauty. It's the beauty of high school football. If you have a good team, more than likely you're graduating some of your best players because they're seniors. And,
yeah.
So that's the beauty of it is every year. Okay, let's put the pieces together, and every team's a new team. There's no transfer portal. There's no free agency or draft. Or, you get what you get, and you try to fit it all together and see how it works.
Absolutely, and it's worked so far this year. Starting out with some impressive wins, Cary in week 1, and then Marion Pleasant this last week. Both playoff teams last year. Both road wins for your team. Now, what's been the key to this early success so far, you think?
Well, just the resiliency of our kids. We upped our schedule. There's no doubt. Our first 3 games are non-conference games. I'll put the 3 we're playing against any small school non-conference schedule, and we knew we were going to have a strong team. We knew what we want to accomplish long term, and we set up our schedule and challenged our kids right from the start. And we've had the games with Cary have been great. It's really turned into a really good rivalry and just a great benchmark for both teams to kind of see where you're at and what you got to get better at. And to go on the road and get those 2 wins, it's pretty impressive. We weren't afraid to lose a game early in the year by the way we scheduled. But to get to 2-0 is great, and now we're going to see if we can't keep it going.
So, Coach, you got obviously those seniors are gone now. Who stepped up this year so far to help fill some of those roles?
Well, it's our senior group. Like I said, the 3-year guys. Braylon Martinez, Will Nutter, Braden Brickman. Those 3 guys have started since they were sophomores, and their leadership started way back. Obviously Will tore his ACL last year and wasn't able to play basketball, and honestly for us, for our off season, it was a blessing because he was out in the weight room every day, and he's the leader of that group, and those are the main. But our other seniors too, Thomas Daniel, Matt Wyman. These guys have started a bunch, and Wyatt Crow's another 3-year starter. So those are the guys that we've really leaned on, and our young guys. We have some really talented sophomores and juniors, and but our seniors have paved the way so far.
So, Coach, let's talk about one of those sophomores. You got a new quarterback this year, Jacoby Ellis, leading the way. What changes or adjustments did you have to make to the offensive strategy to kind of accommodate some of this new personnel coming in?
Well, you always tweak to what you have and to your personnel, and we still do a lot of the same stuff. It's just Evan Crease was a 2-year starter and all-Ohio quarterback, and we were able to do things and change things on the fly, and a lot of times, we wouldn't have to practice some stuff, and if we needed to do it, he would be able to execute it. So, Jacoby's really just been slowing things down and maybe reducing our package a little bit just so we know that he's comfortable in everything we're doing. And we're not overly complex, but we want a guy that can make decisions and get the ball where it needs to go. And he's really done a great job of doing that.
So, Coach, obviously successful, strong season last year. Those are high expectations to kind of follow up. What's been the goals? What are the goals this year? Is there any specific focus or area that you're kind of emphasizing this year?
Yeah, it's always just try to be the best you can be. Whatever version of this team we want to achieve as high as we possibly can. And for our program, it's definitely we want to compete for a league championship. We want to play big games at the end of the year and put ourselves in position to do that. And whether it's in the playoffs and winning league championships, we want to be in the hunt to do that. And our goal is to be the best version of ourselves that we can be in Week 10. We haven't peaked. We've played really good, but we know we can continue to get better. And we just want to try to get our guys to reach their maximum potential, and our team to do the same.
I got one more, and then I'll turn it over to Connor. He's got a couple questions for
Sure.
you. So, 2 road games, I mean, these are hostile environments. How important has the support from the Hopewell-Loudon community been in these
great.
early road games?
Yeah, it's been great. Again, obviously, Cary, we had, both sides had a big crowd, and some of our guys, especially those young guys, it's most people they've ever played in front of. So, I'm sure there was a little bit of nerves, but last week we went an hour away, and we filled our side up, and our fans were excited to be there, and it's fun. It's when you get it going like this, I mean, just your entire community is invested in your program, and your school year, just when you're winning football games, I mean, it just makes the whole thing just start off so much better. And our parents and our community and our entire school just really support all of our athletic programs, but in particular when you're having success, they really jump on, and it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Connor?
So one thing that has shifted a little bit differently this year for your offense is you're doing the dual QB between Jacoby and Kellen. How have you liked that operating so far this season?
We've done that before. We have 2 guys that have very different skill sets, and that both can contribute and be effective as quarterbacks. And everybody thinks Jacoby's the thrower and Kellen's the runner, but I have complete confidence in Kellen throwing the ball as well. And he's a very versatile player. So and Braylon's a very versatile player. So playing both quarterbacks also allows us to move other guys around and use their versatility. So we're trying to use the skill set of our most skilled players, and especially again early in the year, we didn't get a kind of a warm up. We didn't get an Akron. We didn't get
thrown right into the wolves.
We didn't get that warm up game where we could say, okay, let's let our young guys really show off here. I mean, we've had to lean on our veterans and the guys that our most talented guys. And as the year goes on, we'll trust other guys and we'll get more guys involved. But right now we're playing some really good teams, and we got to get our dudes the ball. And I think playing both quarterbacks allows us to do that in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. So defensively, you've got 3 huge studs up front of Will Nutter, Aiden Ewald, and Mason Reinhart.
Yeah.
So far this season, Mason seems to kind of be leading the way. Will getting the hard work done in there, and Aiden's been able to get back to the quarterback a lot in Sagan. How can those 3 contribute each other, and the rest of the defense feeding off of them?
Yeah, no, it's all we play team defense. We always have, and when you play that middle spot for middle linebacker spot for us, when we have a good D line, I mean you don't get touched. So Mason Reinhart doesn't get blocked very often. we have 4 really good dudes in front of him that understand how we want to play, and they eat up the blocks, and he just runs and tackles people, and he's pretty good at that. So when we're playing good defense, that's what it looks like. Our D-line, they're going to get some chances to make some plays, but we keep our linebackers pretty clean, and they get to run around and tackle people.
Another thing on the defense is it seems like it's always one of the top things on the coach's list is forcing turnovers.
Yeah.
Last week you were able to get 4, and you executed 2 of them for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then at Cary you were also to get 2 turnovers. So how have you been liking the defense being aggressive with the
No,
ball?
it's great. And we coach it. We coach turnovers. We coach stripping the ball. We coach pursuit and everybody getting there. And it's huge plays in the game. We play 2 really good offenses that are hard to stop. So if you can, we really focus on turnovers and red zone. Because that's where the game's won and lost.
Yeah.
I mean, you get 1 red zone stop, you get 1 or 2 turnovers, and all of a sudden you're those teams they don't punt much, and they're not gonna punt much for the whole year. But that's how you win games against good teams.
Yeah, and this Danville team that's coming in this week, the last few years not really the last few years, but they've always been a really aggressive team that made deep playoff runs. They're coming in. They kind of remind me of a Cary team, rush heavy. How are you going to prepare for this game?
Yeah, no, they present some issues for sure. They went 10-0 last year as well, and played the regional final. And it's been a while since they've lost. Neither one of us has lost a regular season game in quite a while.
Yeah.
So it's 2 really great, and 2 of the better small school programs anywhere in the state of Ohio, and for them to be willing to come up here and play us is awesome. They're not going to back down from a challenge, and neither are we. And I think it's going to be a great environment, and there's going to be some violence on the line of scrimmage Friday night. There's no doubt. They really get after it, and they're going to big running back, big tight ends. They're going to try to pound it at us, and we got some pretty big physical kids too, so it's going to be pretty similar to a Cary. That's a great comparison. Just what they want to do up front and the big physical running backs that they have.
All right, we're going to step aside, take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Coach's Corner live here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. We're live here with Coach Brian Colatruglio, the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains, on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, but you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner, live here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Nate Mullins, Connor Roush, and head coach Brian Colatruglio sitting here with us. Once again, Coach's Corner brought to you by your friends at Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Drawn to the Surface Tattoo and Piercing Studio, as well as our friends here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Let's continue our conversation. Let's talk a little bit more about this Danville game, Coach. Yep. So I'm not going to get into game plans, but what do you think the keys to this game are in this week's matchup with Danville?
Well, we have to slow the run game down. I mean that's their bread and butter. They run the ball about 85% of the time, and we're just gonna have to stand in there and be silent. And they ton of formations and shifts and motions, and they're trying to get you. I mean, they're trying to get you out of your gap, trying to get numbers in the run game. Get you to miss a line, and so we have to be really solid on that side of the ball, and we got to keep doing what we're doing on offense. I thought we were really good on third down last week. I'm more of an offensive focus, and I think great way to slow a team down is to possess the ball. And
that's right.
When we're good on third downs and we finish in the red zone, last year I think last year it was ridiculous how much more we were on offense than defense. I mean, we ran way more plays than we defended, and I think that's huge when you're trying to stop a really good offense. Is you have 14, 15 play drive and finish with a touchdown. That's a great way to help your defense.
Absolutely. Ball dominance is key, and you guys always do a great job with that. Now, this is a strong Danville team. They went 13-1 last year. They started this year so far 2-0. You talked about their different formations that they run, different variations. What kind of an offensive system are we going to see here from this Danville Blue Devils team?
Yeah, it's multiple, but again, they do a lot. They'll spread you out, and they'll use a bunch of tight ends and different stuff, and but again, it's all smoke and mirrors. They want to run the ball. They want to run power and counter, and
kind of like a wing tee kind of variation, a little bit.
Yeah. But so they'll put a lot of window dressing into it, but ultimately it's going to be the downhill and kick somebody out and pull somebody through and try and get that going. So, but like I said, I think it's a good matchup for us. I like our front. I don't think anybody's going to just come out and run us over. But we're going to have to score some points. There's no doubt.
All right. So, talk about a tough start. You talk about how tough these first three games are. How do you think these tough early season games prepare your team for the rest of the year?
No, it's great. I mean, we're seeing really good teams. We've seen a lot of different scheme, offense and defense. We're learning how to face some adversity. We were down 2 minutes ago against Cary and found a way to win. Marion Pleasant hit a big run in the third quarter, tied the game at 15, and we responded. We answered. Any time that a team has scored or a team that's tied us or taken the lead, we've gone right back down and answered. And those types of things, and putting your kids in those tough situations and seeing how they see how they respond. And as long as we come out of it healthy, it's going to really help us long term.
Yeah, Connor.
That's the one thing I was looking at for your non-conference schedule, and you open up against Gibsonburg. I mean, is that important too for knowing teams like that in the conference to just schedule teams to prepare yourself for league play?
And obviously, the league schedule kind of rotates, and that's kind of dictated to us, and I don't have much control over that. But they got a great, they got a really good sophomore class, and those guys all played last year, so. We're going to be challenged in the league right off the get-go as well. So, again, and I tell you what, Gibsonburg's non-league schedule isn't, they don't play any slouches either. I mean, they play Ottawa Hills and Seneca East, and then they're playing Edison this week.
Yeah.
So, their kids are going to be ready to play. They've been forced to play at a high level too. So, I think we both hopefully we're going to both get through this one healthy, and we're going to set up a really big league matchup here in week 4.
So preparing for these non-conference games at the beginning of the year, do you look more towards of the challenges you can face against these tougher teams to help prepare you and finish the season strong and stuff, or not just numbers of wins and losses?
Yeah. With us, now that we're gotten pretty good, it's we pretty much have to play whoever will play us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why you're still sitting here trying to figure out what to do in week 8.
No, we don't have a lot. We didn't have a lot of choices of who we were going to play these weeks. And,
Yeah.
Somebody, obviously, those teams thought pretty highly of their teams if they're going to be willing to come play us. And
that's got to be a compliment to you, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's a pain. Yeah. About 5 or 6 years ago, they were lining up to play us. And, I could have got any game I wanted, and now all of a sudden it's a little bit different story. So, but no, again, we're the whole point of these matchups is to get us ready for what's going to happen down the road. We're going to play in big games. We're going to play in front of big crowds. There's going to be adversity. There's going to be tough situations that we're going to put our guys in, and I'm hoping that these 3 games pay off for that down the long run.
So you talk about these early games. How much weight do you place on this one? Obviously, there's going to be some potential playoff implications down the line.
Yeah, they're probably not losing again. So
yeah,
if we could beat them, they're going 9-1 or 8-2. There's no doubt. I think Carey's going to figure it out. They were 0-2 last year, and they won 10 straight.
Yep.
Everybody, every year, they're going to start to doubt them a little bit, and they're going to get it figured out. And they're going to start winning some games, and it's huge when you can beat teams like Carey or Danville, because they are going to just pile up those second level points for you, and ultimately, we knew we were playing a tough schedule. We were risking, we could take a loss or two, and that's fine. But when you get those wins, now all of a sudden, we're going to put a home game into play, and that's ultimately what you want to do. If we can compete for our league championship and we give our seniors a chance to play an extra home game, that's the goal.
And that's got to be pretty motivating. The last four-peat, you're going for a 5th this year. Being able to be that dominant in the league, does that just continue to fuel the fire and keep these kids just playing as hard as they can just to stay up top?
A little bit. Obviously, every team's different. Every year's different. But there's that in the back of your mind is we don't want to be the ones that don't get it done.
Yeah.
We don't want to be the ones that stop this. And you don't necessarily. I think our kids are motivated enough. They're going to go out whoever our opponent is, and we're going to play our butts off. That's just what we do. But there's definitely in the back of your head there that, and we put that in our kids in the off season. It's like you're not going to show up, and are you going to be the one that's going to let this thing down? And I think our kids really respond and buy into that.
So after 2 straight road wins to start the season, how excited are you and the team to come back and play in front of the home crowd?
Yeah, absolutely. Our place is good. We're tough to beat there, and it's a great environment, and we're gonna have people lined the track and standing on the hill, and it's gonna be fun, and a lot of our students and a lot of our casual fans, they may not drive an hour to go watch you, and especially our younger kids, elementary kids, and their parents. Now that we get a home game, we'll have a great crowd, and it's going to be fun.
Well, everybody go to the game. Go watch the game because it's going to be a packed house, great atmosphere.
Yeah.
But those of you who might have, accessibility issues, you can tune in and watch the game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Yeah. But please, make sure your first option is go to the game. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, we'll keep the rain away.
That's right. So, all right, this is your first home game of the year. How important is it to establish that strong home field presence early? What does it mean to the players to defend the home turf?
Yeah, we talk about it. You don't want to lose at home. And,
yep.
They're in a tough spot. They're driving 2 hours, on a Friday, and having to come to, obviously our place, a pretty tough place to play. And I know if we were going down there, I'd be concerned because it's a long drive to play against a really good team, and I'd be a little bit worried about the whole situation, the logistics of it all, and I'm hoping I'm hoping we can jump on them a little bit at the start there before they kind of settle in and I guess the bus lag wears off a little bit.
Right.
So, I mean, everybody at Heart of Ohio Sports knows that I'm a Hopewell-Loudon guy.
Yeah.
Alumni, you know.
No,
so I have,
really?
I
No
have
way.
That,
Is news, breaking news. Connor, a Hopewell guy? Wait, what?
I have that special touch there, but I mean it's always a pleasure to get the opportunity to cover you guys and stuff, and it's just so awesome, and let's go with anybody with their school that's having such success that it's fun and it draws the crowds, and having the seasons you've had and the success and it continuing on, and you guys just retaining and staying in with each other coaching staff wise, and that it's just, I guess it's just a compliment to you, Coach, that it's been a fun journey so far for what we've been able to, and finally getting our foot in the door more into covering another school, another good school with athletics. So
no, we appreciate what you guys do. We were talking a little bit in the break, but just to offer the content you guys offer for free is awesome, and the publicity and the coverage you guys are giving local sports. I mean, obviously I'm a Tiffin guy. I grew up in Tiffin. I went to Calvert. I coached at Columbian. We went to Columbian games on Friday. We went to Calvert games on Saturday when I was a little kid. So I love this community, and I love high school sports, and what you guys are doing is awesome.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. All right, Coach, any word for Chieftain Nation out there before we let you get to the food here at Benchwarmers?
Three straight home games. We're finally at home, and come out and watch us. We got a great product that we're going to put on the field, and we're excited to play in front of our home fans and get the home field slate going here. All
right, Coach. Well, once again,
appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your time once again.
Thanks, Connor.
Yep,
Appreciate
thank you.
man.
Yes.
Head coach Brian Colatruglio, the Hopewell-Loudon Chieftains, here with us on the Coach's Corner, brought to you by your friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Drawn to the Surface Tattoo and Piercing Studio, as well as our friends here at Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. For Connor Roush and Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Benchwarmers. Have a great night, everybody. Make sure you tune in this Friday, Hopewell-Loudon versus Danville, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
My Berea, don't you know I've thought about you all day? Yeah, I've been longing for some beef and some consomme, sweet Berea. This is surely going to my thighs. Well, I'm a hungry eater and you surely caught my eyes. My Berea, I love you so. Oh, my Berea, Berea, I love you so. I love you.
How's it going, sports fans? It's game day, and the food is hot here at Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Before you settle in to watch the game, whether you're by yourself trying to figure out what you want for dinner, trying to figure out how to feed a bunch of people, why not consider some delicious grub from Xcaret Mexican Restaurant? Today, we're highlighting the birria ramen. That's right, I'll say it again. Birria ramen. Oh my goodness, I think I just got my mic wet. How do you birria? I have to have a lime. And you're gonna get the best, juiciest limes right here at Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Look at all that juice. So here we have the birria ramen. Oh, this looks so good. I'm digging in. I can't look at it anymore. All right, here we go. That should not be allowed to be that good. My goodness. Folks, get on over here. Get yourself some of this birria ramen. Let them know you heard about it on Heart of Ohio Sports. Why are you still watching me eat? You could be eating this right now. Don't you just want to dig in? I could eat this whole bowl right now. And I'm going to. But I'm not going to make you watch me do it. Tell you what. Call in your order. Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, birria ramen, The only place you're going to find this in town, folks. I'm telling you. This is a home run right here. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Xcaret Mexican restaurant. Whether you're a diehard fan rooting for the home team or you're just looking for some tasty eats for your game day treats, the birria ramen is our featured item here on this game day grub segment, and you're going to want to call in your order now. That's right, call Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Mention you saw this segment on our broadcast. You get 15% off your order. Take advantage of this birria ramen special at Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Oh, and don't forget the queso.